compacts, both the regular size and the mini. I don't know if you can see that. Ta-da! Has a little secret compartment underneath. I don't know if you care, but it's good for storage. So now I'm going to take a second to blend out what I just did with the contour so that it doesn't look so heavy. And as you see, I'm using a beauty blender again, only because I don't want to get this look of the brush all over my face. It's going to give me a more natural finish. Now, I'm not going to put blush on till later because that's one of the things you put last to balance out your face, and I haven't decided what shade I'm using yet. But I figured I would at least get the contouring in because if I had to go back over it with foundation, I wanted to have the chance to do that before I finished my overall color. So the next thing I'm going to do is start my eye color. Now we have several brushes we can use for that. There is the eye definer. Pretty straightforward if you can see it. Kind of a wide fan, but not too wide. There is the eye crease. This one's kind of got a rounded tip like a bullet, a little pointier. It's going to go in the crease of your eye. Now we have an eyebrow eyeliner brush, which I will be using later with the gel liner. You can see it's got a very thin end, almost like a calligraphy brush. And on the other end is a brush and a comb for things like, you know, cleaning up eyebrows, cleaning up eyelashes when they get tangled. Don't mind if you hear my cat. He's cheering me on in the background. So these are the brushes I'll be using. I also have a separate extra brush that I use. It's our smudger brush. And this one's different than the other one. You might look at this one next to the other one. It's shorter and much stiffer. It's thinner too. And what I like about this brush is it's great for blending. Let's say you're doing a smoky eye, or to put in color around the eyeliner area before you go with the eyeliner brush. I also have a liquid liner, so I'm going to do one on one eye, one on the other. You'll see later. But I happen to have an area that's a little sparse, so I'm going to fill in my eyebrows first with a brow definer pencil. We have these in a couple of shades of blonde and one that's kind of like a brunette. I need the mirror for this. Bear with me a second. But I'm basically drawing a teeny tiny little lines. I'm doing this basically in the eyebrow area. Maybe I can do it from the camera, but it's trickier. And I'm just lightly drawing over my eyebrow. It's not like I have no eyebrows and I can't see them. I have areas that were a little sparse, and this is where I'll use this brush to blend it out. Some people will use brow gel and eyeshadow. So they'll use brow gel first, and then they go back with a brush and put eyeshadow on. That's a little too complicated for me for the little area that I've got. So I use this just to soften it so it's not so obvious that I just drew my eyebrows on. I've been known to have full eyebrows. I don't want to not suddenly have full eyebrows. Then people would look at me like, what did you do? Shave your forehead. So now we're going to move into our eyeshadow colors, which is the palette I was showing you earlier. This one happens to be Rose Gold, Truffle, and Sweet Plum. So Rose Gold, I know I'm having trouble with the camera, Truffle, and Sweet Plum. This is for brown eyes, but it could be for anybody. I feel like they try to pick neutral colors. The green eye bundle is hazel eye bundle. They're like the same. The blue eye bundle is a little different. But when we do a standardized palette for just anybody, we try to make sure that it's good for most people. If you want something more dramatic, I can take those colors and amp them up. We can go more glittery, more matte, whatever. You just tell me what your special occasion is, and I will do my best to make sure that I set it up for you. I have someone getting married later this year, and I don't believe she wants me to do her makeup, but she definitely wants me to work with her for her skincare. So in the end of the two, I prefer to be someone's skincare consultant because it means she'll be with me for life. So I'm taking the eye definer brush, and I'm going to hit the rose gold with that. And I'm putting it, I'm going to use the end here for a second as a pointer. I'm putting it in this upper area, right under the eyebrow. Not going too deep onto the eyelid. You can, but I'm not going to. And the reason I'm doing this is I want to, because these colors aren't super light. Some of them can be. I mean, you can see stuff that's light like our crystalline and honey spice. Those are much lighter colors. Those generally you can put over the whole eyelid without much issue. But this is an evening look for an evening, so I figured this made more sense. So again, because my lighting is limited, I'm actually going to lean in towards my mirror so I can see what I'm doing. I feel like you cannot put your makeup on blind. Please don't try. It's not advisable. You can use the same brush for the second color, as long as you go from light to darker. If you go from a dark color back, you're going to have some of that left over on the brush, and it's going to leave a weird transition. So because they gave me the colors in this order, my mid-tone, so that was my highlight, my mid-tone is actually Truffle, which was the brown shade, and you might go, oh, that's too dark. It all depends on how much you put on. If you put on a little, it's going to be like lighter brown. If you put on a lot, now it's going to be deep brown, and it's going to go here on that lower lid, and I'm going to blend it up to the other color. So wait for me to come back to the camera. Now I personally like to use a little side-to-side motion, but everyone's different. But you can see it. You couldn't see the first color, but you can definitely see the second color. That's one of the things about our shadows. I feel like some of these colors are great standalone. If you want one color, mascara, lip gloss, and go out the door. And there are other colors that you need to mix them with a couple other colors on your face, or you just don't see them. They're blank. So we've used this brush for 2 colors. I'm putting it away for now. And I'm going to be switching to our eye crease brush. So again, this is for our Sweet Plum, or the purple color. And you might go, purple? Ooh, that's going to be dark. Watch. I'm putting a little in the crease and a little along the lash line. It's not going to cross the whole eye. It's going to go part way and stop about mid-eye. That's part of the trick. I like to call it a sideways V. You're not doing the whole eye in purple. And any contrast color, contour color, is going to do that. There are many different patterns. This is just the one that a lot of people like. So give me a second so I can kind of find my start point. And I always go from the outside corner in. And I literally follow that crease in my eye. Now I'm not done, but I want you to be able to see there's the purple. It's not so bad. Can you see that? All right. So I'm going to do it in the other eye, and then I'm going to go back with the smudger. I'm not going to use this brush in the lower eye area. I could, but I'm choosing not to. So I'm switching from this guy to this guy, the smudger, the short one. Because what I'm going to do is pat this on along the lash line, not in my eye, but right above it, and then underneath. You'll see what I mean in a second. So basically, I'm right here, not in my lashes, just above them. And then I'm going to do the same thing underneath, just a little bit, not a ton. This is an accent, it's not your dialect, if you know what I mean. So there's a hint of purple, but it's not a ton. And a lot of people will then go back with their crease brush or with their definition brush as a blender, and they're going to soften the look. So I'm basically smudging out the corner like a smoky eye look, so that there's not a distinctive line, but just kind of this vague transition between colors. And as I said, I apologize, the lighting could be better, but I'm hoping I have enough devices on that some of this is visible. Now, I'm not done yet. I still have eyeliner and mascara. So this, and lip color. Let's not forget lip color. Let's see, and blush. So like there's 2 or 3. I'll try to get this done in 5 more minutes. I usually start with my eyeliner and then my mascara, just because me. This is our liquid brush. This is my new best friend. I love it. It's a felt tip marker. Not real marker, it's makeup. And this I need the mirror for too. But it makes making a wing or any kind of line easy. You can make it wide or thin. So I'm going to draw it on one eye, but not the other. I'm going to show you gel liner on the other eye. Just so you can see it, the top I did thick, and the bottom I did very thin. And again, we stop halfway, never more than that. So can you see? That would be this guy. Now, our gel liner comes in a jar, You know, it doesn't have red lid anymore, it's black. In a little pot. And an itty bitty brush. I don't know why, but I hate this brush. It's too small. So I'm not going to use it because I don't have to. We've got this baby, and it works much better, in my opinion. So what I do is I brush this into the pot, get some on the end, just the edge, and I'm going to draw, like again, like calligraphy, across the other eye. So you're going to see a different eyeliner on this side. Just bear with me again. So you're going to see a little bit softer look. I do need to clean that up a little. I have my makeup remover with me. Similar, but a little different. One's much more dramatic. And the idea is that you have options. You don't have to do what I do. We have also pencil eyeliner. Like, again, why would you need 3 different kinds of eyeliner? Well, it might depend on the occasion and how you want to look for that occasion. What I find personally is I like liquid liner because it's quick. I can do it on the go and go about my business and not have to think about it. But there are definitely times when I feel like I want to take more time and draw carefully the eyeliner line. Now, we're going to go to mascara and then back to blush and lip color. I use a lash primer. It's clear and it's a great thing to go on first. And I'm doing this on both eyes. This is my personal one. And yes, everyone opens their mouth when they do mascara. I'm not sure why. It's a thing. But you want to make sure when you put this on, you put it on and immediately put on your mascara. The idea is this should be wet. Now, I'm using our Ultimate Mascara, which is probably my absolute favorite because it's nice and thick, but it's not as thick as our Lash Love. Lash Intensity. It's not as thin as our Lash Love. It's kind of halfway between. And it comes in black and black brown. I prefer black because I have dark hair and most people use black. So when you pull out your mascara, always twist. And don't pump it. And don't push it back in, but twist when you go back in. So always a twisting motion. I'll need the mirror again. Now I tend to blink into my mascara and then kind of wiggle it through the lower lashes. And I'm right-handed, so I do both eyes with the same wand. Yeah, I'll clean that up in a second. But the idea is that I don't have to switch hands. But yes, I gotta clean that up. So perfect opportunity to talk about our oh so wonderful eye makeup remover. It's an oil-free eye makeup remover, and I don't know of any other on the market that's safe for contact lens users. So it's a great thing. You may or may not have seen this trick before. See how it looks like it's got a separation line? Watch this. It's mixed up now. And what's going to happen is I'm going to put a little bit on a cotton ball. I prefer a Q-tip, but we're going to do cotton ball today. Came off nice and easy, all at once. I didn't take off half my makeup like some people might be concerned. And I'm not going to break out later because I used oil, you know, like an oil base or some other kind of based product on my nose area. It was oil free, so it's not going to clog my pores, which is a bonus. Now, I'm using a blusher that we don't carry anymore, but I thought because it's an evening look I would use this darker color. This happens to be called Bold Berry, but we have something similar in a strawberry color. I'm using an angled cheek brush. Now, we don't make the cheek brush at an angle anymore. We make it more like this guy, but smaller. But it still works quite as well. And the idea is now I'm going to be going for the apple of my cheek. I start at the temple and I finish about 2 finger widths from my nose, and I don't go below because I don't want to have a weird cheek line. Now I'm putting it on, and then I'm going to go back and blend in a second. And again, I usually finish with a downward motion so it doesn't look so... See, a little pink, not a ton. And we already contoured So we've got my thin face.